Hey guys, this is Brett Douglas, your favorite landscaper. I'm sitting here. Hey, we came over, a good friend of ours in DeBerry needed help. We're always here for our beloved city, and they were redoing their irrigation system. They had a really old system that just had some serious pressure problems. So I, came in to help them, and just kind of wanted to show you real quick, if you can kind of see where we're at. All of the blue flags are going to be our rotors. So we have rotors all the way around out in here. And then basically up around the front of the house, we're going to have pop-ups. So they had an irrigation system here that was just not sufficient. So we're just retrofitting the whole thing. Remember I was kind of mentioning to you that professionals use flex pipe on the ends. All this is the hard pipe, half inch, 1 inch. When you're building your main lines, guys, don't cheap out, man. Run that thing a 1 inch all the way around. If you're coming out of a 1 inch valve, run it 1 inch all the way out, and then for all of your heads, then go ahead and do a T and run out your half inch to each head. That way your pressure stays constant. But I wanted to kind of show you, you dig really deep trenches, rent trenchers, or you should have a crew that can do really good work. This is actually filled in about halfway. I'm still going to run one more line in here. And you can kind of see, kind of sketch out, I follow my irrigation plan. Got to run another half inch line up there to a rotor out by the street, and then I've got another rotor that's going in here. But I wanted to kind of show you more specifically what you do when you're encountering all kinds of problems. We have a natural drainage issue in here. We have a really big property in the back, so what we're doing is we're creating a natural swell down through the middle. Not swale. I'm tired. My head swells in the heat out here. Anyway, but I wanted to kind of show you something. Actually, when we go into a property that's not new construction, we really are kind of starting from scratch, because a lot of these have existing lines, they have existing wells, they have existing water lines, power lines. You don't know what you're going to encounter subterranean, so what you want to do is dig very carefully. This, I believe, is an old water line. It's not existent. It looks like it's 1.5 inches. Well, that's 2 inch. And there's probably, that was the old line to the house. I don't think that's active anymore. We found a new well line that came in. That was 1.5 inch line. But you can see these are 3 of my new zones. They're sitting in tandem under here. There's, actually, if you can see, there's 1, 2, 3. And then I wanted to show you something. When you buy 20-foot sections, they have that deep socket. And when you're putting those together, when you're gluing those, make sure you twist them really good, and that really permanently mounts those in there. This is where I'm going to put another half inch. I'm going to neck it down to a half inch and run a rotor over there in the corner. But I wanted to specifically show you, now here's the new main line for the house, the new water line. And so you want to expose all your pipes, follow it all the way back so we know where you're going during the construction process. Make sure you identify everything, flag it out, be careful. Don't be one of those guys that nicks your client's lines, hits their irrigation or their water lines, and then it's leaking and don't try to fix it. Be professional. This is what we do. We're not fly-by-nights. We're not hacks like in the preservation industry. This is, something you stand behind your quality, and if there's something wrong, be a man and fix it, or be a woman, fix it, and you'll build a reputation, for quality. But I wanted to show you guys, some of you who've never operated in dirt before, obviously, before we even put our nozzles on any of the system, we're going to use our blowouts, and we're going to actually run water through these systems and blow all these dirt out of the lines when you're doing it. But you don't really want to add a lot of dirt. So one of the things we do is take an extra piece of 1 inch pipe. And I left this here just to show you guys for a video. I love to talk. But basically what I do is I put my 3 pieces up on this little bridge here. And then I bring my other 3 pieces in and I glue up above. And what I wanted to show you was, whenever you do have any type, this is a water line that's here. We've got some kind of electrical right next to it. See, there's an electrical line right here. There's a water line here, half inch. There's an electrical line next to it, and then you have another running electrical line over here. I don't know what these are, but see the little teeny scratches that we put on it when we hit them with shovels, and they're just little nicks. One of the things I'll do before I even cover all this in, backfill it, is I'll take black electrical tape and I'll just wrap around all this. Obviously it's still working, it's not compromised by any means, it's designed to be in the ground, but we want to insulate it against any future problems if we have any. So that's, again, being professional, something we want to do. And then until I can come back, I want to show you this too. We're Got a massive project out here we're doing, but getting ready everything for sod and everything. We're being completely professional. But I wanted to show you, obviously, as our lines are coming in, we're getting ready to tie in. We're going to put in above ground atmospheric vacuum breaker valves. We're going to put in a Rainbird ESPM 2.4 module upgrade clock. But I wanted to show you, as these three zones are out here now, these are all the front yard zones. I'm leaving them right here dry up above until I can finish digging out the rest of my area. And then when I start building the manifold and all my electrical components, basically I know where my lines are. They're clean, they're above ground. In fact, after I do this video, I'll go get a 1-inch cap and I'll dry cap all of these lines. So everything I've done is already protected and it's nice and clean. And then when I turn on the system for the first time, I'll blow all the dirt out that you might have incidentally had it. And then at least every one of my hazards underground are marked. I know where my electrical lines are, I know where my water line's on, I know where the water for the house is, so I'm just working it in tandem. I'm going to go ahead and fill all the irrigation in. Once the irrigation's filled in, we'll create our swell again down the side, and then we'll get ready to sod all this in. So just kind of wanted to show you guys some irrigation 101, and maybe it helps you. Some people feel good enough to go out and do the full system, some just do retrofitting. But like always, we just try to help you guys out. So God bless, have a great night. This is Brett with Ironclad. It's time to go home and get a shower and get with the family. All right. Love y'all. Bye.